Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to continue talking about DeFi. We'll look at the charts, and I want to talk about cVAULT Finance Core token that's getting a little buzz there on the networks, and we'll take a look at it. We'll review PICKLE and see what we're going to do with that, and see what's up with Honey. It's dumping. T2X. I got some messages with it. It's still trading there on Just Swap, and it's been doing all right. I'll tell you that much. So we'll review and more. Shout out to Athlete over there on D-Live. Shout out to the boomers tuning in. Make sure you're touching the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word we spread here every single day with the pumpers, the boomers. Indeed. Let me go ahead and share my screen. You can see Bitcoin is starting to activate. It seems. Let me turn off these coins. Bitcoin there at 10,863, a high of 10,931. It's got some resistance there at 11. Let me show you the one-day chart. This was a 5-day, I believe, and the one day is looking a bit stronger. Let's see what we could do if we can crack through 11, first of the month, and it seems like things keep moving. We're going to talk about. We'll run down the traditional markets. The S&P is opening up slightly in the green, and the bits always follow the legacy system, at least this year. You can see the indices there slightly in the green. So as this continues to put on a little bit of weight, I think Bitcoin will follow in its wake, and then of course the altcoins come after. You can see the 10-year yield is moving a lot right now. 10-year yield at 0.71, which indicates to me that money's moving out of the bonds and more into the stock. So I think we're going to see possibly Bitcoin break 11 today. The bonds are definitely indicating some potential bullishness there on the stocks. So drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. We're going to run through the prices, and then we're going to look at the cVAULT Finance Core. It's at 31. People were buzzing about it over there on the Chan, and I picked up wind of it when it was about 33, 34, and this thing has activated, and there's something a little different. It's reminding me kind of like a T2X mixed with a YFI type thing, like a hex with a YFI. I'm going to talk about it in just a moment. Core Finance. Let's run down the prices. Bitcoin at 10.8, Ether at 366. Ether putting on weight this week, 14% in the past 7 days. Ripple there at 24 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 231. Binance at 28. Polkadot at 451. It seems like the majority of the tokens are now activated back into the green, at least for the 24 hours. Chainlink above $10, 1026. Satoshi Vision, we skip. Cardano at 10 cents. Litecoin at 47.72. Crypto.com at 15 cents. EOS at 260. Everything's green, guys. Everything except Crypto.com. Okay? I'm seeing everything as far as the 24-hour. Green, except Crypto.com and the stable coins. Monero's up. Tron. I'm liking Tron, guys. I see there's a lot of haters with Tron, but I'm liking it. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not one of these crypto guys that if you're using one chain, you can't use the other. I'm not a crypto fanboy. Okay? I don't fan out with cryptos. So, I use Tron, I use XDAI, I use Ether, I use them all if they're working. So, yeah, let's run down the math over here on the DeFi. And then I want to talk about Core Finance, what I just, I learned about it just literally this morning, late last night. Lend is still the top dog there with 739 million of, was it liquidity? Or that's their market cap. Fully diluted market cap is 765. Yearn is up there, Uniswap, and whatnot. So let's talk about Core. Actually, I came across this thread on the Chan. This is a brand new thread. This is this morning's thread, and let's you guys can follow it if you like. And drop a comment because I'm not seeing any comments in here. I don't know if the chat is connected correctly. We got so Core, okay. Core is another DeFi platform. They're coming out of the woodworks with these DeFis. Yeah, I mean, I would say that there is a bubble in DeFi. This thing is getting out of control. It's like there's a DeFi project every other day or every day at this point. But you know, at the same token, pun intended, you can gain. The first day Core was launched, it was audited by Not Coyote, whoever that is. Let me see here. The reason Core is interesting is because if you understand yield aggregators like YFI, YFV, Farm Pickle, YFII, then you know that Core has objectively superior economic design out of all of them, including YFI. Says this poster here on the chan. Token supply is capped at only 10,000. Farmers must lock their tokens in order to farm. Governance voting is only done by farmers. This forces farmers to be long-term investors, not just farm corn to dump it. Core vaults use 5% of their profits to market buy Core, which is something kind of newer. So the vault is using 5% of the profit to buy back Core, and then selling Core has an additional 1% fee, which is returned to Core farmers. This creates constant buy pressure and taxes weak hands, says this poster. Core is basically the high IQ yield aggregator play at a 20 million market cap. Right now is undervalued. YFV and Pickle are valued at 25 million and inferior. YFII is 120 million and grossly inferior. YFI is 700 million. Smart money is accumulating right now, buying and up any dips to 2K. This thing just pumped like overnight. You could see this thread started at it's basically yesterday, 6 hours ago, and it's been moving. So you could read through this thread. This is definitely a bullish thread with this Core thing. So where's the price? Let's go back. The price was at 39 or 38 the last time I checked. I mean, this thing is definitely going to 4, in my opinion. And it's at 37.22. Okay, I just dropped the link to the thread so you guys could read about it. But somehow they're buying tokens back with the profits of the pool. Am I connected here? Yeah, I'm connected. So this is the website. It's looking weird. Okay, cVAULT, and you could read more about it. Where was it? Where was the reading about it? Because I was on my phone reading about it. Connect wallet. What's good? Just takes you to Uniswap. Can't seem to find where the information of this token is, because I was reading something about it right here on. Oh, there it is. Read more. There. And you can read on Medium. So if you want to read more about this project, and I haven't even gotten into it. This is non-referral or anything, but I'm starting to question whether even staking in these pools are worth it. If it's just better, just buy the token, hold, and sell high. Because you start locking up, there's impermanent loss, maybe or not. I don't know. That's what I was. I'm gonna, as I recap some of the other tokens that I got into, I'm gonna question that. But you could read about this introducing Core. This is 10,000 tokens. Core tokens will be able to provide strategy contracts and vote on what goes live and when in order to decentralize autonomous strategy. 5% of all profits generated from these strategies are used as an auto buy. This is interesting. Okay, an auto buy. So it's always buying back. So it's kind of like a burn. Just read about the economics. Deflationary farming and whatnot, but there will only be 10,000 Core, and right now it's definitely on the way up. And there's this website where you could check out like what are the trending pairs. It wasn't on Uniswap, but it was definitely coming up. But Yeah, that's what it is, guys. Keep your eyes on this one. Core cVAULT Finance. And here's the website. I'm questioning. I don't even know if I'm going to lock. I'm questioning maybe just making a play on this. I mean, I was looking at this earlier this morning. It was at 33, and now it's almost at 4. Read through the threads. I just linked you the 4chan thread, the medium.com introducing the coin, and then the actual link to the token. And then it's this one, cVAULT.finance. And it's a little different. And they're dubbing it a deflationary pool. And it's buying back with 5% of the pool's profit. It buys back the token. So that's kind of interesting. And again, I'm questioning with all these new projects and the ones that are different, instead of actually like going and providing liquidity and staking and trying to farm, I'm wondering if it's just ready. It's better off just buying the token. When you see it go up, just sell it. And that's what I was kind of doing before I started to farm and getting my hands dirty. And like I've said yesterday, I don't know if this is profitable yet. I've definitely made some gains with PICKLE and some other coins, but between, the factor that I may be incurring some permanent loss among, add the transaction fees. And I really haven't done the math to know if I'm in profit or loss, to tell you the truth. Roger says, what exchanges? Let's see. I mean, obviously it's on Uniswap and then on Hotbit. Right now it's all Uniswap. This is a brand new one, okay? And I just linked the 4chan thread. There's a lot of talk right here. You can see this thread started 6 hours ago, okay? And there's a lot of responses here, and you could, so this is definitely the latest pump, okay? And read about it. I haven't done, I haven't gotten into it, but like if this is definitely the one that's catching my attention this morning, as far as the one that's moving. Again, it's up 55%, okay? Yeah, Derek says it's best to compare with funds you can afford to lose. Yeah, absolutely. And I said this yesterday. I'm testing these things out. So far, it's not clear to me that it's a winner. What I was doing before farming, I was just buying the tokens. I would buy a YFI, buy low, sell high, and then that's basically what I was doing, just trading mostly on Binance, to tell you the truth, because swapping all the time on Uniswap, there's fees. Okay, there's a lot of fees. So I'm questioning these things. I'll continue to provide my feedback here and my opinions. So yeah, that's one that's on my radar as far as a move, is this cVAULT Finance. What's attracting me is that they're buying back with 5% of the pool profits, and that the circulating supply is so damn low at 10,000. So keep an eye on that. Okay, keep an eye on that. Let's talk about PICKLE. PICKLE did all right. Let me connect my wallet. PICKLE got hacked yesterday, and then if you've deposited into a PICKLE jar, which I haven't, they're fixing it. So don't touch it if you're in the jars. But I haven't been doing the jars. I've been farming. So let me unlock wallet and see what I've earned here. I've earned over 5 PICKLEs, okay, with 2 ETH worth of capital. PICKLEs are trading for $31. And yeah, this one's, I guess it's been worth it, farming these PICKLEs. But on the other hand, I have to do the math. If I would have bought 2 ETH worth of PICKLEs at $30 and just sold when it went up to like 40 or 50, instead of being locked into farm, maybe I would have made more profits. Remember, I'm still locked in. I haven't actually sold. Same here. I'm doing yield farming to see if it's worth doing, rather than just purchasing the coin and holding it. Yeah, I'm starting to lean more on the side of, it may be just better, to purchase the coin and buy low, sell high, and forget about playing the little game. But, I don't have enough information to prove that. I'm going to figure it out on my own. And of course, that answer is not fixed to every single coin. Some coins, it may be better to farm. Some may be better to hold. And, but again, it's something to consider. So, yeah, these pending PICKLEs, obviously PICKLEs is low now at $31 because of what happened yesterday. You can click here to learn more, and you can read all about the summary, oh, there's something went wrong. There it goes. No. If you go to their Twitter, you could find out what's going on. Their whole Twitter's down? What's up with that? Is it just theirs or? No, it seems like all the Twitter right now is unresponsive. Boom. Derek says, don't forget to keep a document to write down the result stats. Yeah. I mean, I haven't, but I have a good idea of what I put in, and when I, what I deposited to start with. But yeah, I should write the things down to a T. But one thing I'm considering now, if you have to write it down and nickel and dime it, then probably it's not worth it. I mean, obviously it's always good to know exactly where things are going. But if you got to struggle and wrestle with it and make sure that you're extracting and make sure you're up maybe $5, $10, $20, that's why, just by the vibe of this, I'm just kind of like, what? It's not clear to me that I'm making money. So if it's not clear, then I'm too close to my margins aren't big enough. But yeah, you're right. Writing it down makes it easier. But you see what I'm saying? Like the fact that I haven't wrote it down and in the back of my mind it's not clear to me, then that means already, you see what I'm saying? Have you looked into SXP staking on Binance Launchpad paying high yields? No, I haven't, but I've staked on Binance. I've saved, and Binance is legit. So yeah, that's what happened. Pickle so far seems good. Okay. Even that the price dumped. I mean, I got in at 30. So, I got in at 30 and I've mined 5 pickles and now they're $31. So it's all good. But, I'm questioning is if instead of getting into this whole farming, would I just bought the 5 pickles and, I could have gotten those 5 pickles when I first started for like, let's say $150, and I could have sold them. Yeah, the profit wouldn't have been as much. But you gotta risk it. You gotta lock it up and all that. So I don't know. Okay, let's move on. T2X. Let me collect. I entered an auction yesterday, and yesterday I expressed some concern for a second, but my concern was addressed. The XSwap feature here is not available right now. Apparently, it's being audited and fixed or whatnot. It's not available. So, it was a red flag. I was like, oh, I can't sell my T2X back to TRX. I'm frozen out. Why would I keep depositing here? But was it Trap an Investor? He let me know. He's like, no, you could just swap on JustSwap, and it's true. You can. So you could just go to JustSwap. And you can swap in and out of T2X. So you come over here, and you could see T2X is listed here. Where is it? Well, you could just search for it. T2X. And I believe it's the second one in all caps. Yeah, and you can see I already have a balance. So you could swap back and forth. So it's all good. And because of that, I entered another auction yesterday. And you could see that I just collected some more T2X. So what I'm going to do is do my daily stake here. So far, so good. I ended up staking yesterday for, I think, was it 20 days? Instead of 10? And big shout out to Reed. He sent me some tokens. Oh, it's 15 that I staked. I've been staking for 10, but bonuses come every 5 days. So, yeah, I'm going to do it for 15 days. So I'm going to stake what I got here to 2047. Let's just go ahead and stake 2040. And actually, you know what? I'm going to stake 2,000 so I can keep it even. Stake 10 days. And then activate. Derek says, I'm going to start doing, writing down the results because with the impermanent loss, with the rewards I'm getting, I'm not sure I'm even in profit. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, just write it down and be extra sure. But the fact that you're even questioning it is a red flag to me, because if you're making money, you're going to be like, it's pretty obvious, once you start, the profits coming in, unless the profits are so little that you can't notice them, which is kind of the situation right now. We're kind of like, am I making money or am I losing money? You clearly can't tell. So obviously you would have to do the math. But the fact that you got to do the math is already a red flag to me. It's like, when something makes money, it's making money. It's pretty clear, you know what I mean? But the fact that you or I'm compelled to, like, trying to nickel and dime it, I don't know, it's a red flag. But we'll see. It's still too early to call. T2X is definitely attractive. I like this model because, it taxes people to go in and out. Let me share the referral for T2X. And, I think this one is more high risk, but, I'm giving it a whirl. So we covered T2X. Oh, okay. So let me talk about Sun, because Sun mining ended yesterday, and then they opened up some other farming opportunities. So I ended up with 1 point change of Sun, with staking about 6,000 to 7,000 TRX worth of capital for about a week and change, which was all right. And then I swapped out that Sun for more TRX, and that's where I'm at. So I'm out of that pool. But now you could see those pools ended. It was this pool right here. This pool ended. I already claimed it unstaked. So a bunch of the first pools ended, the Genesis pool, the TRX, but now they opened up some new pools. So if you've been staking Sun TRX, which I believe I have some liquidity tokens. Let me see if I can. Well, yeah, this is not open yet. Oh, I got to approve. My bad. It is open. Hold on. And there you go. Now I can stake the... Accept. Toronto says DeFi is a scam. I mean, I can see why people say that. People said Bitcoin was a scam. What we're seeing here is a lot of creative finance, a lot of, creativeness. But, in its core, all this stuff is not real. Even Bitcoin in itself, it's all conceptual. So I think there's something here, though. I think there is something here with this DeFi stuff. I said earlier that there is a bubble going on. I believe everything, there's a lot of knockoff projects or whatever. But this, I don't think the space is going to go away. In fact, I can see it growing. And what's catching my attention, and I did this a couple days ago, the NFT DeFi opportunities, and I'm going blank here, the NFTs and insurance. I haven't talked about this, but DeFi insurance, which is another thing that may be worth looking into. But yeah, there's, in this emerging markets where there's no regulation or whatnot, there is a lot of funny bunny. But that exists almost anywhere, guys. You can see that we're talking about NFT platforms over here on CoinDesk on today's article. Sexy collectibles. I haven't covered this, but I talked about meme, don't buy meme, and the exchange, the Ocean exchange. What is it called? Ocean. I'll tell you what it is. They're over there on OpenSea. This is an interesting platform and protocol. Allows you to buy and sell NFTs, and you can make offers. So it's kind of like an eBay in a way. So there's something here. I mean, I wouldn't say DeFi is a scam, but I would say that there's scams in DeFi, but not all of it. All right, we touched up on core. If you guys want to get the link for the core thread and what people are saying about it, read this, guys. Okay, I just linked this in the chat box. Reason core is interesting is because if you understand yield aggregators, then you know core has objectively superior economic design out of all of them, says this poster. Token supply is capped at 10. Farmers must lock their tokens to farm, and governance voting is only done by farmers. This forces farmers to be long-term investors, not just farm core to dump it. It's not really talking on this part. It doesn't really say the 5% buyback, but you can read that in the actual when you read more about the project here. 5% of all profits generated from the strategies are used to auto buy the core token. So that's an interesting. Let's see how that pans out. I haven't gotten into this project or done anything, but it's one it's caught my attention this morning. I am considering maybe just swing trading this coin. I don't know, but it's here, 37.82. I like this low circulating supply. Oh, okay. Let's talk about honey. That's the last one that we. Unfortunately, honey's dumping on us. So you could see here. I mean, I love XDAI chain. I'll tell you that much. I think that there's something here. Honey is basically the governance token for HoneySwap, which is the Uniswap on XDAI chain, the sister chain to Ethereum. We got in around $700 last week. This thing pumped to about almost $1,500, and now it's dumping. So that's why, okay, because what just happened right here, I'm also questioning. I would have been better off just buying and selling the honey than farming and liquidity and getting all these fees. Because I got fees. I earned fees with the honey or whatnot, but the token dumped. You see what I'm saying? So I'm wondering whether it would have been better just to say, oh, okay, I like honey. Let me buy some honey. Okay, it's up. Boom, sell. And again, I was questioning this, but I was like, this token could probably go to 2,000. Look. One rule of thumb: if you buy something and within a couple days it goes up more than 20%, then you should be selling, in my opinion. And I didn't do that, and look where we're at now. So I'm questioning all these things. I'm recapping. Is it better just to buy the token and sell when it goes over 20%? Maybe sell half of it and ride it or not, or I don't know. That's the question that, but definitely in this play, I liked it. Everything's going good on XDAI. I'm staking. I'm getting the fees. It's looking good. But then the price of the token dumps. And you can see my liquidity now is $866 after being over $1,000 in liquidity. Yeah, I've earned $20 in fees, but, the token price went down. So, something to consider. You got to learn by getting your hands dirty out here. So, thinking, applying that same thought process with core, instead of getting all up in this platform, maybe it's just better for me to buy the core, hold it, and sell it in a few days. I don't know, What's up, Lady Plants? Read about core on Medium. Check out core cVAULT. It's definitely interesting with that buyback. So that's what's going on with honey. The honey is slightly down. I'm not going to sell now, obviously. The honey's down. I'm down like $150 maybe, $100. I'll tell you what though. I'm only down $150 because I've been farming and I've been able to earn some of those fees. I'm wondering if I would have just been holding the token, I would have gotten clapped more, but I probably would have just sold when it went over 11 or 12. But since I was locked in, there's liquidity, I was like, let's keep going. Maybe this token goes to 2. Derek says it's like getting a bag of worthless coins. It could be in some certain situations, and that's why I'm glad I'm figuring this out as I'm going. As I'm going. It, reminds me like a lot of the ICO craze back in 2017. There was a lot of good ones. There was some tokens that ICO'd. Tezos was one. EOS. There was a few that ICO'd that they're still around. But one thing I learned with the ICO days is that they would all pump and dump, even the ones that stuck around. And you were better off just selling when the token debuted into one of the exchanges than to try to hold around. Like all those projects, I mean, with the exception of like a couple, didn't outperform Bitcoin in the long run. So you were better off just, swing trading than actually trying to use the service. Is in my opinion, again, in my opinion. So I'm seeing some similarities with the DeFi. Like most of them, they pump and then they dump. So instead of using it, you're probably better off just buying the token and selling it, soon thereafter. More of a speculation. And again, I'm guessing because I haven't done the math in the accounting, so I don't know. Shout out to everybody over there on D Live. Let me go ahead and put some lemons in the box here. I'm going to pass out some lemons right now. Distribute rewards. Click claim rewards now, guys. Let's do it. Athlete just won 52. Kaboom. I like that meme, athlete with the Joker. Jack Nicholson played a good Joker. Be honest with you. He played a pretty solid Joker. Derek says, just when people say, well, I got fees, I'd be like, bro, your LP value ain't what you put in. Sometimes, and sometimes yes, sometimes no. But yeah, you got to pay attention because people they haven't even realized this impermanent loss thing. They're figuring, well, I put in and then I get back. That's what I figured at the beginning. But then I started looking more, and it's look up impermanent loss, guys. That's something that you have to pay attention to when you're joining these liquidity pools, and that's why you got to tread lightly. I've said this before. I'm doing this DeFi stuff as an experiment. I set aside some capital that I consider capital I'm using for education and entertainment purposes here to create this content. If I'm lucky enough to make some gains, kaboom to that. If not, I've learned something. Athlete says, I think I'm clapped from this impermanent loss. I think I'm clapped in some of them too. So let's see, let's see. And let this be a lesson too. The fact that we're struggling so hard to figure this out doesn't mean that there's clearly gains. Because if the money's clearly gaining, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know how much I've gained, but I'm gaining. And then you could do the math. But I think we'll be reaching a conclusion soon. I wonder if it was just better to do what we did before and just do a DeFi portfolio and buy and sell some of the coins. And that's it. Forget about using all the tricks and these little vaults and the jars and whatnot. Let me hit refresh here. 3805. So it's all gone. Niagara says hold strong with the liquidity pool. Well, as far as honey, I mean, I'm kind of feeling some type of way because, look at the price right now. It dumped. But on the other hand, I'm not going to sell now when it's low. I'm still waiting for this honey farm. Farm may bring another, wave of demand here, but I've seen the charts and we've broken through support. Like we were here for, 3 days around, above 800, but we just fell through the floor. So, I'm at a loss here. So, but I could have been at a nice gain if I would have gotten out on the weekend. It's the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Let me remind myself that, if I get into a token and shortly thereafter, it pumps 20, 30, 40%, I should be taking profits. And maybe you should too. I'm talking to myself. What I meant is people say I'm making money, says Derek. Yeah, sometimes you may be, or sometimes you may not. Like, obviously we got to do the math. But, so far what's clearly, the Sun token mining was good because I put in like 6,000 or 7,000. It was no more than 7,000 TRX. How much is 7,000 TRX worth? Let's do the math on that. It's like $100 or something, or a little bit more. It's like, let's see right now. No, Tron. So I got, let's put it at 7. It could be 6, but whatever. Let's put it at 7. So it's like 184, less than $200. And then with that, I staked all that capital and value for about a week and a half, and I got one Sun token, which was I sold it last night. I sold at 17 and change, almost 18. So I made about, let's say, a little less than $20 for a $200, a little less than $200 investment in a week. So, that ended up good. The Sun thing ended up good. I'm not going to lie. And I'll be honest with you. I'm most weary about Tron from the beginning. You guys know how I feel about Tron. I've always said, yeah, it looks a little Chinese scammy, Justin Sun and them, and blah, blah, blah. But so far, the Sun stuff was all right. Because remember, I got in with 7,000 TRX and I pulled out one Sun token out of it. And now, as far as impermanent loss, I don't think so. Because, the price of TRX is about the same it was when I got in. Then moving along down that Tron thread, I've been staking here. And you could see what I've earned off my stakes. Now, granted, I haven't been able to claim them because the stakes haven't completed yet. But you could see what is credited to me. Let this thing come up. But, my stakes, this one hit 25%. This one hit 11%. This one is still small. So, I mean, and it's not even done. So right now, this T2X, it's looking pretty saucy. Okay, the T2X is looking saucy. I'm not going to lie. It's the one that seemed most high risk, but, high risk, high return, apparently. But, yeah, you could see the div rewards that and I haven't even completed this first stake here with 6,000 T2X tokens, which was 4,000 worth of Tron. I've earned 190 Tron, but it hasn't even completed yet. And that's that one stake. And then I went in with this other stake. I got a few stakes there on the grill. Yeah, when you're Derek, I would check out this this calculator over here on CoinGecko. It seems to be a better way to kind of understand this impermanent loss thing. So you go to the farms tab here on CoinGecko.com. Man, this internet's going slow, man. And you see top yielding farms by and click right here, impermanent loss calculator. And you could do an automated market maker type, or you can go strictly into whatever. Let's say that you're in Uniswap. Most people are in Uniswap or something very. So if you're in Uniswap and you got obviously a pair, and your asset change, the first asset. Let's say we'll say Uniswap's like HoneySwap. So like the price of Honey went up 15%. And then, XDAI stayed the same. I've incurred an impermanent loss of 0.2437. Now, that's small. That's small. Okay, that's less than 1%. Okay, so you would have to see what that is nominally compared to the fees earned. Is it accurate? I don't know. I would say it should be. I don't know. But it's somewhere to start, Athlete says, I got into T2X and staked for 70 days. Yeah, it's a long one. I've been doing, 5, 10, 15. But my understanding is the longer you stake, the more bonuses. But I'm not in Uniswap, says Derek. Well, then you can change this into something like an automated market maker, which is kind of an average, or if you're in Balancer. But if you're like in Uniswap or Just Swap, basically all that is kind of like a 50-50 pair. So, I would leave it at AMM. And you can see even when you put it at AMM and you put a 15% change, it still has the same impermanent loss as if you did it on Uniswap. Let's see if it changes when I do 95.5. Yeah, it does. So play around with this. I mean, I'm not the mathematician here to make sure that it's completely accurate, but it's somewhere to start. But yeah, so far, I'm not going to lie, guys. Tron. All the hate on Tron and all that. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The T2X looks good. The T2X looks good. And the Sun thing worked out for me. You know what? Did I start staking the rest of the LP tokens? Let me see here. Yeah, let me select this thing. Oh, I already staked. Yeah, I'm staking more for Sun. So let's see here. And there it is. I did pull it up, Derek. CoinGecko, yield farming, and then impermanent loss calculator. CoinGecko, yield farming, and impermanent loss calculator. And that's what it is, guys. Check out Core, though. Core seems interesting, guys, with this 5% buyback or whatnot. Let's look at it. Maybe I swing trade the thing. I'll keep you guys pulled up and informed. I passed out the lemons, right? All right. Shout out to Athlete out there. Always showing love. And I think Red there talking about Core. And there you go. And that's what it is. One of my LP coins crashed more than 50%. There you go. I mean, you're gonna have to do the math, Derek. I'm not your arithmetic daddy, according to Lady Plans. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I could point you to the right direction, but I'm still trying to figure it out as well, guys. So let it be clear to all the listeners out here. I'm the guinea pig, and I'm trying it out. And if you guys want to follow and try it out as well, I'm showing you. But I'd say that it's probably better to buy and hold. I lost half my ETH in the LP provided of LP2 tokens. All right, Derek. I mean, I get it, but at this point, you're flooding the chat box complaining. So, keep the complaints to yourself. I don't mean to be a dick or anything, but we got a show going on out here. But do the math and keep us on point. And on the other hand, let us know, and everybody else listening here, I mean, let us know what's winning too. I don't want to hear all the bad stuff. I want to hear the good stuff too. So yeah, we know to look out for impermanent loss, that you could lose, boom, boom, boom. But where should we be looking? And I'm looking over here at Core, and Core's moving today. So I'm paying attention. Okay? I'm paying attention. So, again, I don't want to be, I don't want victims in the chat box. I don't want any victims in the chat box. All right. I'll check that out. Yield farming and permanent loss calculator. And let me see if there's any winners and losers on the stocks. I've kind of ignored the stocks for the past couple of days. Although I have NVIDIA Play that I've been that expires on Friday. It's saucy. I'll tell you what, the put credit spreads on the stock options, guys. I'm going to be honest. I think I have a 96 or over a 95% batting average. Okay. I haven't documented all of them, but I'll tell you the strategy. I'm going to have to do a video. Put credit spreads. Okay. Get paid up front. Okay. So far, I got to say, that's been a solid strategy. That's a USD strategy. That's the fiat and stock. I mean, you could technically do it with Bitcoin, but I'm not sure it's there. Moneybag says, kaboom. Shout out to Derek. Lee says, will do. No problem. Yeah, I just, I gotta maintain the chat box here. As the wild little maniac scream. Lady Plant says she cashed out all her ETH, KNC, and Tezos and started her real estate business. Boom. Congratulations. Lady Plants is a boomer. She's been out here for a minute. And I appreciate you, Lady Plants. Too late, I'm the victim. Lost man. Nah, it's not too late. Don't be the victim. Look look at which ways that you can continue to gain. I mean, look, we're going to always lose at some point. Someone's always going to lose at some point. Even the winners lose at some point, but that's all good. You know, what you got to do is figure out how you're going to keep moving forward and where the next opportunity is. Don't be caught up in the victimhood stuff. Don't be caught up in the victimhood stuff, guys. All right? Keep it moving. If you lost, learn and keep it moving. But, you know, I don't want anybody crying or complaining or saying, oh, scam this and this, that. Like, guys, we learn and we move forward. Listen, in order to call yourself a crypto maniac, savage boomer here on the blockchain battlefield trenches, you're going to have to lose an arm or a leg at some point here in the trenches, guys, in order to earn your purple hearts, okay? Moneybag says, what do you think about Bitcoin ATMs? I think it's probably a way to buy Bitcoin anonymously. You know. I passed out the lemons. Boom. All right, I did. Yeah, so don't be the victim, guys. Especially if you're getting into this DeFi stuff and you know it's wild and everything. Know that, I mean, you're basically in a casino. You're sitting down at the table and you're rolling. Maybe you hit, maybe you don't. We don't know yet. And I've said this from the very beginning when I started this DeFi stuff. I said, look, I got a few ETH. I think I threw like 4 ETH. I said, listen, if I crash and burn, I learned, whatever. But you know, I'm not putting the bags into this. You know, I'm playing. Look, I got $100 in my ETH here, available liquid. I got another $200 on my Tron. Yeah, I got some liquidity there, like 1,000 on thing, but it's like maybe $1,000, $2,000, and I know that some people can't even lose 1,000. Okay, some people can't even lose 100. But let this be a lesson learned. You know, this thing is so new that we don't know. So, you know, if you got a strategy with crypto that you want to do long term, DCA into Bitcoin. that's you know, I don't know how long I've been saying that. DCA into Bitcoin is what Rapture Man's been doing. But yeah, no victims out here, guys. I want strong men here in the population, the chat box. No soy. Okay, I need the testosterone up. I need you guys exercising, and I don't need you guys, you know, eating a bunch of sweets and pastries. Okay, I need you guys eating meat. And for my vegetarians out there, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, I came across a verse that says don't criticize the way people eat. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Got to be careful. The pickles could be slippery. Yeah, I don't know whether I should dump my pickles, guys. I don't know. Maybe I should wait for this thing to get finished, this thing, this little deposit thing, or maybe this is like the end of pickle, and I should just dump it at 31 because I'm in the profit now. Maybe I should take my advice. You know, I'm up. I've mined 5 pickles, and the price is basically the same as I got in. Maybe I should take out. I think I'm going to end up taking out some pickles, guys. You know what? Let me follow my own advice here live before I log out. I'm gonna cash out these pickles, guys. All this stuff about pickle and this, that it may go up, it may not go. I'm in the profit right now. And you know what? Oh, let me back to the main Ethereum network. It's never wrong to take profits. Okay. If you're in the green, and even if it's 1 or 2%, don't be one of those guys that said, oh, what if it would look like me on HoneySwap? I bought at 700, it goes up to 1,500 on the weekend. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I can just ride this to 2,000. And look at it now, it's at 600. I got clapped. So if you're up, take some off the table, okay? 76 got out of pickle yesterday and made a little bank. Yesterday it dropped to 29 though. What price did you get out? Let me see here. Where's my farm? Let me remove the pickle out of here. I'm out of here. See you later, Pickle. How much is it going to cost me? $6.79 just to get out of this thing right here. To get my LP tokens back. Boom. Hey, Champagne, good for you for experimenting with the farms that did the same thing and agree with you. Feels too late to make any significant profits. Yeah, you know, at this point, I kind of feel the same way. Confirm. No, I already pushed this. They all seem fly by night at this point, unless our time blocks like T2X. Yeah, T2X so far kind of seems like they got it locked in, like the protocol, the way it works, because there's an incentive to stay in, you know, and that's why I was looking at Core, because there's an incentive to stay in if you read a little bit more. But yeah, Ronnie, you're right. So, you know, I'm the guinea pig for you guys. You know, I don't think I'm in the profit. I'll be honest with you. Nor am I trying to promote this like, guys, get into this. This is the boomer. No. Like, you know, if you happen to want to try it out, go, but you may get clapped. Yeah, I press on stake. But let me check Ether. Champ, have you looked up any new? I'm looking up new every day. I just talked about Core. This is brand new. This is the newest one. I just shared the thread October 1st. Read through this thread and check out Core. I'm getting out of Pickle live. Am I waiting? Yeah, I'm still pending. See, I'm pending. I'm pending on my liquidity tokens. So let's give it a second. Damn, I should have just took profit, but instead it crashed. Still thinking it can still go up. Yeah, I mean, listen, I made the same mistake, Derek, and you know, I consider myself an OG in the game. I made a mistake with Honey this weekend. You know, I got in at 6-7, and it pumped to 15. And I should have just said, okay, let me get my money. It's like doubled up, almost more than doubled up. But no, instead now it's down. Now I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to hold my position. But here's my rule of thumb, and I'm going to continue to repeat this because I don't always listen to my own advice. If you get into a play and 2 days or 1 day later it's up 20, 30%, you probably should take some profits. Just the same way that is, you know, you log into Uniswap, you get blessed with 400 Uni tokens. You look at the price, it's $6, $7, and you don't sell because you're waiting for it to go to 10. Then, you know, what could I say, guys? You know what I'm saying? Confirm transaction after like 5 minutes. All right, so I'm out of here. I got my pickles, right? I'm gonna sell my pickles. I'm out of this pickle stuff. Okay, so now Uniswap. I'm gonna Uniswap this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take my Pickle ETH liquidity tokens too. I'm gonna remove that, and then I'm gonna sell all the Pickle at once. I'm out of this thing. See you later, Pickle. Okay, so here's Pickle ETH. I'm gonna remove those myself out of this this pool. Remove max. Now let's see how much it costs to remove, so you guys can see this thing. I'm getting clapped with the fees. That's why I like XDAI and T2X. Look, let's look at the fee. The fee, guys. It's not even showing me the fee here. Sign. Now remove. How much is this stuff gonna cost me? $10. Sheesh. telling you, unless you're a whale moving like baggage, like, you know, yeah, $10 may be good if I was getting back, I don't know, 10,000, but, you know, for you know, like $300-400 worth of liquidity. Nah, guys, nah. I'm gonna be honest with this DeFi stuff, like especially with Ether, with these fees is wild. The fees are wild. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm starting to be like not too happy with this stuff. You should experiment with Hex from a design standpoint. Hex seems to be the best staking platform out there for hodlers, Ronnie. Well, you know, that's why I'm on T2X, because it seems to be everything that Hex plus more. You know, everything that works for Hex plus more, because more of the pool's redistributed is my understanding. So, $10. Look, $10, $6 to remove to claim my pickle. $10 to remove the liquidity, okay? And let's see how much I'm gonna be charged to swap my pickle, because I got to do another function now. Now I gotta sell the pickle. Sheesh! I'm gonna spend the pickle just getting in and out. And remember, this is out. I probably spend the same more going in. ETH are prohibited for small investments now. I agree. Yeah, for someone that's playing with a few $100s or even $1,000, even if you have $1,000 investment of capital and then you're paying $10 to $20 or to $30 in fees, I mean, that's more like, come on, that's a lot. That's a big percentage. So nah, guys, like this Uniswap stuff is cute and everything, but you're probably better off swing trading on Binance like I did 2-3 weeks ago. But hey, whatever. You got to live and learn, and at least I got some content here, and we're learning. And you guys could see this. This is why I like HoneySwap. Well, this is why I like XDAI. Let's be honest. It's not the HoneySwap. It's XDAI. The XDAI is what's dope about it. It's not Uniswap's fault that the fees are high. It's Ethereum's fault, right? But yeah, I know what you mean, Niagara. And I'm going to hold my position on Honey because I know they're going to do the Honey swap or whatnot, but there you go. Confirm transaction. Now let me go over here and swap it out. Swap it out over here. ETH to Pickle, or Pickle to ETH. Let me go back over here. Uniswap Pickle ETH. Trade. And let me sell this pickle out of here. I'm swapping out the picks. Do I buy core with this? Okay, so from Pickle, max that Pickle. I'm going to get 1.5 ETH. Swap. Let's see how much this, to swap 17 Pickle into ETH, how much are they going to charge me? Let's look at the fee here. Let's look at the fee. $5.77, $6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 10, $22, guys. $22 in fees right now. This is wild. $22. So let 22 times 2 then. Let's round it to 25, guys. 25 to get out, and I can only assume 25 to get in. I didn't cover everything when I got in, but yeah, $50 in and out. I'm starting to think that I maybe just made a little profit, I guess. Yeah, I'm swapping out the pickle. I'm out of here. Way cheaper on XDAI, that's for sure, Niagara. Absolutely. XDAI, you're looking at 1 cent for these things. And that's why I'm excited about it because, once people start realizing, and I'm sure people already have, but like once more people see this, like if you have a project, how the hell are you going to gain business? How are you going to have customers when they got to pay these exuberant fees? Confirm transaction. Boom. All right. No liquidity. And I'm back. But no, let's see in total after the fee if you got your original 1,000. No. Well, I got 2.77 ETH. So let's talk about this. let's talk about this for a second here. Let's do a little bit of math. A little bit of math out here. So I did make profits. I'm going to tell you why. I got 2.7 ETH, okay? I had a quarter ETH in my wallet before we started this whole pickle stuff, okay? So move the quarter ETH out, okay? I got into the pickle stuff with 2 ETH worth of stuff, okay? So I've made like maybe a quarter ETH or 0.2 ETH. I know I'm in the profit, right? Because, you know, I got more than 2 ETH. And more than 2.25 ETH back, but you know, not that much. I mean, I am slightly in the profit, but you know, with the risk, with the fees and all that, like I don't know, guys. So I'm estimating here 0.2 ETH is what I did. Remember, I had about a quarter ETH, so let's remove that. Let's not get into play. To start the whole pickle operation, I started with 2 ETH. So what I just pulled out was more than 2 ETH. So I think the difference was like 0.2. Let's do the math over here and find out. Ethereum like 0.2 ETH. So about 70 bucks. That's about right. Yeah, I made about 70 bucks. With 2 ETH worth of capital. So let's call 2 ETH worth of capital like 650, 700 bucks. So yeah, it was about a 10% ROI. It's not that bad. It wasn't that bad. So there you go. Yeah, I did get some profit. I didn't lose there. So I'm out of pickle, guys. See you later, pickle. Now, I'm in this honey play, and I'm going to wait because since honey's low at 605, there's nothing. I don't know if it's going to get any lower, but I'm going to ride one. What do I got in this honey pool? I got about 500-600 bucks. Yeah, honey against XDAI, I got 474, and then steak against XDAI is 391. But both honey and steak are down. 70 will buy you a nice steak dinner. Yeah, that. Listen, guys, you know, I'm up. But, you know, the question here is, Niagara, I made about 70 bucks, right? But let's say I would have just bought the pickle and sold 3 or 4 days later. I could have made probably about the same or more. You know? So, you know, that being said, I'm looking at this core thing and I'm like, you know, maybe I should just buy core, hold it, and sell it in a few days. You know what I mean? Same thing with, you know, Sun and stuff. But we'll see. Guys, look into core. Let me know. I'm done with the plays today. I'm not going to do any plays right now. I cashed out this thing and I'm out. On that note, guys, stay strong out there. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest. I'll be back tomorrow. Drop me a comment. And remember, this chat box over here on DLive is always open. So if you want to, you know, communicate with me or the boomers or whatever, just drop a comment. It's a public forum of, you know, public chat here. It's kind of like the Discord for now. I'm out of here, guys. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest.